let us continue. There is a need for us that we call generativity. We want to get involved in the postulate of helping people. This can be our need. We need to be aware of it, so that when those whom we help no longer need us, because they have outgrown their dependency on us, we do not control them, or we get angry and frustrated. Many religious priests disobey because they do not like to leave their apostolate when they are removed by their superiors. Involvement, for example, I have been head of the secular Carmelites in Zamboanga for 35 years. Then my superior took me out of it. And so, I know that that's not anymore the will of God for me. Then we are put in the corner where people no longer think highly of us, and we feel we are losing our influence in them. We become critical and frustrated, and then we become sick, because that can be an escape. We are not indispensable in God's work. God can use anybody. So when we see that we are no longer needed because obedience says so, let us graciously and lovingly and joyfully step out from the limelight into obscurity. If we remain, it is no longer the will of God, but it is already our will. When God deprives us of these needs through many times human instruments, that they are unjust because they are taking us away from it, let us look at it as God's will for each one of us. So how do we get out of the third mansion? John of the Cross said, we need to go into the dark night. So little by little, as we journey on, there will be feelings of emptiness in our life. We feel that our life has no more meaning. We feel we have done so little and we are anxious to do more. We feel we are in a rut and we are searching for something more. We are no more happy by the way we pray. Gradually, we come face to face with our own limitations, and this is a very painful experience. Why? Because now God is bringing us into deeper levels of prayer, and we begin to meet our weaknesses, our sinfulness, our limitation. God is slowly taking from us our sensible consolation in prayer that previously He gave us in order to draw us closer to Him. Otherwise, without those consolation, we will not continue to pray. Now that we are stronger, He leads us into the way of dryness. Now, there are some dangers. You might search outside for more involvement because you are empty. We equate dryness in prayer as a regression in our life of prayer. Not necessarily. We might seek for worldly and even sinful recreation to fill up our emptiness that is created by God so that we can go deeper. And then we might stop praying. We imagine extraordinary spiritual experiences like visions and apparitions to fill up our need. We are searching for someone or something to fill up our emptiness. Now, this is very important. The search now is not without, it is within. Spend more time in silence and prayer to discover one's weakness, compulsion, fixation, and needs, because it is very important. Now, let me give you an example. I was giving a talk in PICC, and after my talk, a young man came to me, And then he said, sister, I would like to invite you for lunch because I have some question. He said, then when we were together, he said, I have started the charismatic renewal and all of that. But he said, now I feel so empty. And then I cannot anymore pray. And then I said, and then my business is also going slow and all of that. And then she said, I have the tendency to go to one charismatic movement to the other and all of that. So I explained to him, this is what is happening to you. You have to spend more time before the Blessed Sacrament in silence. And after some time, I met him again. And then he said, sister, you are right. Now, I am so at home with my silent prayer before the Blessed Sacrament. And he said, I'm not disturbed anymore. I have my business and it's going down. Then I saw that this young man is already entering the contemplative state. But suppose if he went out and looked for all of this outside instead of going very deeply into himself, he would have missed it. That's why St. John of the Cross is saying that there are many people who do not reach there because there is no one to guide them. Now, I would like to ask you, if you have time, to go to St. Paul. Try to buy my book that is the Gospel of Contemplation. It will help you. It will help you to be able to know more of what I am talking about. And there is also a little leaflet that together with it, and it is called the How to Pray and Why We Need to Pray Contemplative Prayer. It is very important that you really try to read it and to reflect it, because this is not enough I am talking here. So maybe next time you will be able to, especially how to go into deeper prayer. Now, the danger here, when you are already feeling empty, you will search outside of yourself because you equate your dryness as if you can fill it up. No, you can no longer fill it up. That dryness is an emptiness is created by God Himself in order that you will go deeper and deeper. And it's sad that the devil can use our emptiness, and then we try to search for someone, for something to fill up our emptiness. The secret now is not to search outside of us, but to search within us. It is a time for silence and prayer, to discover one's weakness and compulsions. It is a time for self-knowledge. And then, most of the time, this comes when the person is in his midlife transition. And so, maybe next time, I will be able to tell you about the midlife crisis. Because I don't know if there is still time now. Let me start with it. People who are in the third mansion in their life of prayer, according to Saint Teresa, have through their own efforts reached the peak of their life. So, they are very successful in their own standards of success. Now, they have established a place in the community. They hold jobs of importance. They are occupying a position of importance and position of leadership. If they are religious men and women, they are already formators and superiors. Now, it's very necessary for us to know that we are in the stage where we are in the transition period. Maybe we can continue this in the next time I'll be here, because this is quite long. And so I would like to say, for the time being, I am going to end this and again encourage you to buy the Gospel of Contemplation that the St. Paul's are selling, and How to Pray and Why We Need to Pray Contemplative Prayer. This is Sister Mary, of the Carmelite Sister o Monastery of Zamboanga City. Thank you very much to our viewers, and I will see you next time.